Icelocked here with Nocturne Gaming, back with more Warframe today. We're going to be playing the Void Fissure missions, the mobile defense. Okay, so this is on Meso difficulty. It's a little bit higher than Lith, so it takes a little more damage. Not too bad though. But let's get started. Okay, here we are loaded in the mission. So the first thing is to note is to grab the key. When you pick up the key, you do have to use your secondary weapon, so don't bring something that's too weak. And then you have to follow the path to the first objective. This is marked by the yellow icon on the map with the diamond symbol, and we just have to get there. So you can ignore all the enemies. There will be plenty to fight. We just have to pay attention to opening our relic, which requires the reactant, which is a little flame icon that we'll see here in a little bit. They come from these enemies that have the little golds border. They do have a little more health when they have that. Okay, so we're almost to the first terminal. You walk up to it and you press X to hack into it, and then we defend this for about a minute and a half, a minute and 15 seconds. So we're just paying attention to where the enemies can come from, and then just keeping them under control. The terminal does have a little bit of a health bar. You can blow yourself up with your bow, not a big deal. And then all we're doing is killing the enemies in the meantime. So, and then picking up the reactants. Looks like we've got some enemies all over.
Still working on it. Continue to defend.
So, I recommend that you bring a weapon with AoE damage so that you can protect multiple paths, or you can play on a multiplayer setting. They're a little easier to deal with. Now, as you can see, the mission itself has a lot of health, so it's not too difficult to defend this. But there are a lot of enemies on this path right now, and not a lot of good visual standpoint. Alright, so let's grab our stuff, and then you do have to pick up this key to bring it to the next terminal. So we're back to using our secondary weapon again. So up this path. And shouldn't be a whole lot of enemies in between paths, or in between the terminals, but it does happen. Alright, there's our second terminal, so we go up to it, put it in, and now we defend again. So, as you do the missions, you'll see that the enemies start coming from patterns where they come from. This one looks like it's got 3 or 4 paths that they all move about in. Not too big of a deal, other than the bow keeps blowing me up. And like I said, really it's just about keeping the enemies off of your terminal. It's got enough health that you can move around. You're not in too much of a rush one way or another. But you definitely don't want to leave them alone just sitting there attacking the terminal. And I'm almost done with my second terminal. I've already finished my Void Relic, so you don't need to worry about having to farm. Alright, so we got 4 seconds left in this terminal, and we can move on. There's our thing, so let's grab that and run up the stairs away from these guys. So we don't have to worry about killing everything, just enough to survive and keep your terminal alive. A little bit of a maze here. Look at that, I got a Saturn. My scanner detecting things automatically for me. Isn't that nice? Okay.
Location reached. Drop me in and defend
So
our
here we
position.
go. I'm at my last position now. Put that in and defend it.
I'm in,
Oh,
Lieutenant.
people, they got here
This
quick.
will take a moment.
Lot of enemies again. So, as you can see, these missions are really designed for multiplayer. They're possible to solo, don't get me wrong. It's just a matter of learning the patterns and learning where they come from. A lot of the times if you have the lanes under control, you'll notice that the enemies come from one wave and the next. If you can keep up with it. If not, then it becomes a little more challenging.
Continue to defend.
So we've got about 30 seconds left on the defense here. And, you know, I can always die a little bit too, that helps. Alright, 5 more seconds. Plenty of health on the pool there. Alright, so there we go. Now the only objective is to get to the end of the map. You can ignore pretty much everything else on there. And as long as you survive at this point, you finish the mission. So 100 meters left. And we have completed the mission. So, this has been the mobile defense mission with the Void Relics. If there's any comments, questions, or thoughts to help improve this, please let me know in the comments below. And you can support this channel by subscribing or liking these videos. And this has been Icelock from Nocturne Gaming, and we'll see you next time.